Hey, you guys, what's up? It's Bob Smith from Smith Taekwondo, Sport Kickboxing, and MissionBravo.com. Hey, if you like my videos, subscribe, hit the subscribe button and like and follow and do all that stuff. What I'm talking about right now is a military term, order and discipline. Order and discipline. I've heard this from chicken shit senior NCOs until I'm blue in the face with it. An MA in Japan recently by the name of Pyron, that was his last name, was found guilty and sentenced to 39 years of raping two children, 6-year-old and 8-year-old girls, sisters. And here's what happened. So when you think about order and discipline in MAs, you know, it's no secret in the Navy that everybody hates MAs. And MAs will throw you under the bus faster than anybody. Now, it doesn't mean they're all that way. There are some good ones out there. There are some who will be fair. But by and large, man, the large majority have a very difficult time interacting within their own units unless they're in a police headquarters. Just because they're, you know, they think that they all think they're Jack Reacher. And they're a far cry from it. So this guy was an MA, and he was new to Japan, to yokuska. And like every new military family, when you get there, somebody else sponsors you. And he was no different. And a family sponsored him, and they were excited to make new friends in Japan because it's, you know, when you live on base overseas, it's difficult to make American friends. So they're looking forward to new friendships and things like that. So they invited him over, and this guy came over for the Super Bowl. And when he did, you know, typical of the Super Bowl, he had too much to drink. Here's a note. This is why you don't drink at other people's houses. Not because you're going to rape children, but just because you'll overdrink, you'll make a fool out of yourself, look like an asshole. But this guy drank too much, so the family openly welcomed him into their home and said, hey, sleep on our sofa tonight, you'll be fine tomorrow. So when everybody went to bed, the 6-year-old woke her sister up and said, hey, Mr. Pyron wants to see us downstairs. So the 6-year-old, the 8-year-old went downstairs, and he started molesting them on the sofa. And he forced oral copulation on them, among other things. The 8-year-old got scared, so she went back upstairs. She didn't tell anybody. She didn't say anything. She just went upstairs. And the 6-year-old did also. Then he went back upstairs. This guy's got some balls. He went back upstairs. Think about that. He went back when these children's parents are sleeping across the hallway. He went back and got them a second time. Got the 6-year-old and forced oral copulation, had her forced on him again. And this little girl looked at him and said, you're a grown-up. You're not supposed to do that to us. So she got scared and went back upstairs with her sister. And I guess at this point, who knows what he did. Fell back asleep, whatever. The next morning when they're getting ready for school, they told their mom what happened. The mom immediately called the base police. And now this guy was trying to blame it on the girls, on a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. They found DNA of the 6-year-old on him. I don't know if the guy is too stupid to take a shower or what, but they actually found her DNA on him. And he ended up getting 39 years in prison. Now, if you ask me, 39 years isn't enough. Raping a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old. Order and discipline. And we see recently that there were 16 Marines busted at Camp Pendleton for human trafficking. drugs and trafficking. And then on top of that, there's it's been nonstop here, especially in the military here in Hawaii. It's been one thing after another. Senior chief on the Michael Murphy, who was having inappropriate relationships with his junior enlisted. Order and discipline. Order and discipline. When the bottom line is the senior NCOs are more worried about their career than they are anything else. They're not going to back up their soldiers. They're going to throw them under the bus. They're doing the same thing and getting busted for it. And when they do, they're like, oh, I made a mistake. Like this MA, I made a mistake. I'm disgusted with myself. But they don't back up their lower enlisted. And it's unfortunate, especially the MAs. The MAs are always looking for a way to, again, not all of them, but looking for a way to get someone in trouble, to make themselves shine. Look at me, I'm Jack Reacher, or I'm a female Jack Reacher. And in the meantime, they're out doing stuff like this. So this guy got 39 years. For these two little children, that's not enough. And I hope and pray that these kids will forget about this and wipe it out of their memory. But they're old enough to not necessarily forget it. And that's a shame. But I hope this guy gets his ass whipped repeatedly in prison. And the truth is, people do make mistakes. Maybe the guy just made a series of stupid mistakes. Who knows? But I'm thinking about what I would do and how I would feel if it were my kids. Order and discipline. Order and discipline. And just makes me sick. I've seen so many of these senior NCOs and NCOs who were cut from the same cloth, but they walk around preaching order and discipline. And don't look at me, don't look at what I'm doing, you just do what I tell you to do. And it's such a shame. Anyway, hey, this guy got what he's been punished, 39 years in prison. He's got a long time to think about what he's done. Whether or not that sentence is too lenient or too long, I don't know. That's why we have a judge and jury. That's why we have the judicial system that we have. But I know it sure didn't demonstrate any order and discipline, did it? Nor did the senior NCOs or the NCOs. Anyway, this is Bob Smith. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. Until next time, out.